Hello, and welcome to episode 61 of the DaebakCast. This is a weekly podcast where the three of us come together each week to talk about K-pop and what's current in the industry. This week we got 3 album reviews and a topic which was submitted by one of you guys who are listening. So we'll be talking about unpopular K-pop opinions that we've got, which is a question we were asked last week. WJSN's album. A couple weeks ago, yeah. CLC's Black Dress mini album and J-Hope's first mixtape from BTS. So, as always, I'm joined by Nate.
You guys get 3 English lyrics for one today, because they're all short. Dance with my dress. Bling bling on my body, and something in my dress.
You stole mine.
No. This is my segment. But we get no, well, I actually didn't check iTunes reviews, but I'm gonna assume there are none. I'll check right now. But no questions other than, like we said, me saying things. We got a new rating. They didn't actually type anything, but we have 6 reviews now.
Cool. Thank you to whoever reviewed us.
Yeah, thank you for the rating. And yeah, we me saying things posted first questions. That's our first topic today for a couple weeks back. But we haven't gotten any other questions, so nothing to answer.
Yep. If you have anything to ask us, any questions you want us to answer on the podcast, leave it down below.
Yep,
either on SoundCloud, tweet us, or put on YouTube, anything. And I'm also joined by Andrew, who usually has 3 things.
Number 1, it's March, so you know what that means?
March. March weather?
No, March Madness. Yeah, that starts on Tuesday, basically. So 64, God, is it 6? No, it's 68 teams now. 68 teams trying to, and I believe I said this last year, but yeah, the odds of predicting a perfect March Madness bracket is like 1 in 1 billion. Like, it's so hard, but I'll try again. We'll see. I love college basketball, or I love following this time of year for college basketball, so that should be fun. Number 2, the image I've had up on the overlay has been this wonderful Jordan 3, which is the special Soul edition of, not Soul as in like the bottom of the shoe, but it's a Jordan
S-E-O-U-L.
Yeah, it's a Jordan 3
Soul.
that has the Korean flag on the tongue, and it was only sold in Korea, specifically at the Jordan store in Hongdae, and like I believe they sold it online. So when it dropped earlier this week, the line basically went like all the way around the block, right? Because basically, like in Korea, just like they don't really really care about brand names necessarily. All they care about is just like ridiculous hype, or like they basically, obviously, like stuff like Jordan is gonna sell out insane. And right now, the resale price for a size 9, which is my size, the retail price for this was $200 US. So how many won would that be exactly? Like, I don't know, like
It's
200,000.
No, it'd be 2 million.
2 million.
No, it'd be 200,000.
$200?
Yeah, 200,000.
Oh, yeah, 200,000.
So yeah. 200,000. So that'd be 200,000 won. The resale price right now is going for almost $1,300. That's 1,300. That's, you're basically,
Yeah, so that'd be 1,000 or 1,000,000.
That'd be 1,300,000, yeah.
Yeah, just about. Not
yeah,
exactly.
because there's less than 1,000 pairs of these shoes made, and they were only sold in Korea. So it's insane. Like if I had a lot of money, I would have like flown to Korea and waited out there for them, because the price on these are insane, and like they're never gonna make them again, probably for as far as I know. So that's,
it's still cheaper to buy them right now than to fly there and pay $200 for them.
Well, no, what I was thinking is if we go to Korea next year, and so, well, actually, no, the thing is, though, the resale price there is probably going to be really expensive, too, now. But I was thinking, like, maybe somebody might have, like, a pair that they're going to get rid of, or, like, they're looking to sell. And if I'm in Korea, then why not? But that's a lot. That's, like, my entire flight, basically, there. Okay, number 3. On, what was it, Thursday? Yeah, on Thursday, we got a very important Nintendo Direct announcing something very, very important to my life, which was a new Smash Brothers. So once that comes out,
Okami. HD Switch.
No,
You
Smash
mean
Brothers.
there was no information on Metroid Prime 4, so it was useless?
No, I mean we're getting a Solaire amiibo. You're getting a Praise the Sun amiibo.
That's true. That was the one good thing out of that.
Yeah, so a lot of Nintendo stuff coming out, and I'm just putting it here now. Hatsune Miku for Smash. Hatsune Miku for Smash. You heard it here first.
Actually, no, my goodness.
Sana for Smash.
Goku, no, not even joking. Goku for Smash. I think it could happen.
No, Goku is a possibility.
Yeah,
With
Bandai
how
Namco
big, and how
Dragon
big,
Ball games.
how big Dragon Ball is now.
And with Dragon Ball
Picked up
Fighter Z
again.
being popular,
Yeah,
I could totally.
yeah.
And people have been begging for it for years. I doubt it'll ever happen.
Like no,
though.
it was a joke back in the day where like be like Goku, Cloud, like Master Chief,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but Cloud is actually in Smash now.
Well, yeah.
Shrek.
And Goku probably will be.
Yeah,
Goodness.
Mega Man was another one that people
Yeah,
were like,
it's
it's
a
a joke.
it's another.
When
It's
it
all these
happened.
joke people.
It's
that
funny
are
that Cloud is even in Smash because he was never
He's
on
never-
a
I
Nintendo
know.
console.
Wait,
That's okay. The new one will probably have Noctis. He
Yeah.
also wasn't on Switch yet.
yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, those are my 3 things, and again, I keep apologizing for my voice because I am still very sick right now. So, thank you, Jacob.
And Jacob doesn't
Okay.
have blow note.
Nope.
Spoilers.
Nope. All right, so I guess we can get right into the first topic. Unpopular K-pop opinions.
Yep.
And,
so
we'll
please
start out with
don't unsubscribe to us if you don't agree with us. We're gonna try to be civil about this stuff. But we're probably gonna piss some of you off. I probably will for sure. So first one though, it's just the least offensive one. Bop is a very dumb term and overused to hell. It's just like everything is literally described as that now. If someone likes a song in the K-pop industry, that is how they describe a song. And I think it's dumb. It's a stupid sounding term for a song. And like, I don't know. It's just insanely overused.
I'd say to go with that. Another overused term is they quote snatched my weave or they snatched
Yeah.
my wig. I'm just
Is that
like,
a thing? Oh, I haven't noticed that much.
It's kind of
Oh, also Shook.
Yeah,
Using
Shook
that
is the one.
Shook and Bop are the two ones that make me angry because
I mean-
Shook is like it's so dumb.
I mean, it's kind of an indicator of like the average
The
age.
yeah, 100%. It's 100% an indicator of the like average age of K-pop fans.
You mean that they're all like 15?
Yes,
We're basically the old man yelling at
I'm the
clouds
old,
right
yeah,
now.
exactly,
Yep.
exactly. It's like these damn kids and their
Get off my lawn.
fancy slang that's stupid to me because I'm way too old to think it's funny or fun. Yeah, calling stuff Bop and saying Shook are the two things. I meant to add Shook to this, but I forgot about it. But yeah, so that's like an inoffensive one. But I would say it's unpopular overall to
Because so many people
K-pop
use
fans. Because most of the K-pop fans are younger and actually use those terms. Okay, now we're getting to the heavy hitters, which Andrew and Jacob don't agree with this next one. Number 2, Jessica is not part of SNSD to me. And now I want to preface this. I don't hate Jessica. I don't hate her for leaving. I listen to her music. I just don't subscribe to OT9 because to me, Jessica had a choice. It was pretty obvious why she left. Everyone can agree that she left because she wanted to focus on her fashion brand, and she was done
and her boyfriend.
and her boyfriend, and she didn't want to spend so much time working on music and touring and stuff that she had to if she stayed with SNSD. And I don't blame her for that. I understand fully why she did it. I don't hate her, but to me, that means she broke her contract to put herself above the group. And so, to me, she left the group willingly, and so I don't count her as part of SNSD. It's not like Tiffany and Soyeon and Sooyoung where they waited until the contract was up and everyone left amicably. She left in the middle of her contract because she wanted to work on her own stuff more. So she put herself over the group is how I see it. And because of that, I don't really count her as part of SNSD anymore. So that's the reason. Like I said, I don't hate her. I listen to her music, but to me, SNSD is OT8.
For me, I think she was just there for too long for me to count her out. There's too much.
Well, yeah, and I understand
there,
that.
so
There's the history and stuff, but just the reasons why, to me, it felt like she betrayed the group and the fans.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's kind of. And
we'll never, like, maybe
We'll
in 10 years we'll know if someone, like, Tiffany writes a book or something or just says it on a random interview because she doesn't care anymore, or one of them just doesn't care and it's way gone in the past. But, like, we're never going to know anytime soon, so this is all based on, like, the most obvious speculation. Like, everyone pretty much knows she left because of the fashion brand, like, and she had disagreed with how much she could work on it with SM and, like, that type of stuff. It's pretty obvious that's why. There might be other reasons, like, for all we know, she got into a huge fight with everyone, but I don't want to speculate that type of stuff. Like, the fashion brand is the pretty obvious thing that she would have left for.
She probably was just tired of, or I think another factor into why she left was probably she didn't, it's probably a lot of clashes with SM, like.
Oh yeah, I'm not one of those people that thinks they got in a huge fight and hate each other. No, I think it was more.
I think it's more the
SM
label,
but it's still definitely like hurt the group, I would say. Overall.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure they did, because I don't know how much they knew before. Actually
before
happened.
She just ended up leaving.
Because I mean, remember the picture I have up right now is Jessica in the they had already
Catch
filmed.
Me If You Can.
Yeah, they had already filmed Catch Me If You Can, and then they had to go after this whole after the whole debacle. They had to go refilm it because without Jessica, because it was just so sudden. So
By the way, thank you to whoever leaked that. I was on that like immediately. As soon as I caught a whiff of this exists, I was on Tumblr the entire day looking for
I downloaded that
V2B release. Yeah, I did as well.
It's crazy how these things just find their way to the internet or whatever. Because I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're gonna get in huge trouble because this was never meant to see the light of day, especially after the whole how poorly. Yeah, I'd say.
Well, that's even the version of the song I listened to is the one that has Jessica in it. So yeah,
but it's only in Japanese.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care either. But yeah, it's weird how it's only the Japanese version that got leaked. So
yeah.
Well, it was originally supposed to be a Japan only release.
Okay. So they might have never filmed.
So they recontextualized it into just like filming the music video in Korean for when they actually released it with 8 members. But for as much as I love Jessica, it could have been, she could have handled leaving better.
Yeah, I think SM could have also handled it better.
Oh, I think I'm not blaming. I'm not blaming her 100%.
And
it definitely SM had a big part in it.
And no shade to Tyler Kwan, but I still feel like he was a sort of like a big influence into why she sort of left, because she felt like she could just do her.
Yeah, she could just go to his label that he created for her.
Yeah, and in a way, like she probably was kind of tired of the kind of music that Soshi was doing, because I mean, like, I don't know if this isn't a controversial opinion or not, but after a while, I feel like Soshi was kind of getting stale until like
I don't know. The music she puts out now is still teen pop.
Oh no!
Yeah, and Mr. was awesome.
Up until I feel like 2013. Mr. was one of my favorites, but I feel like in terms of like I felt like they were kind of going. It felt kind of stale to me, but it felt which I guess it blessing and a curse. Whereas like when Jessica left, I feel like the whole Lionheart era sort of like revitalized Soshi, and I think we're all in agreement that that's sort of their best era of music, which is kind of, or at least for me, or like it might not be the most nostalgic, but I feel like their best music came out like post Jessica. Like I don't know, no shade or whatever, but
yeah, I don't know. It's too hard for me. I just love SNSD music too much. And yeah, this is preface this. I don't know if anyone's listening to this that doesn't really know us, but I'm like a huge SNSD fan. Like they were my first.
That's
they're
what
my
brought us
all-time
together,
favorite group.
basically.
And this is like my first K-pop group that I followed. I have all their albums, so like That's why I felt like this was a super controversial opinion for me to have, because I feel like most people that were in my situation are like OT9 forever. Like,
Yeah.
I'll still be OT9,
Stuff.
and I think
so.
Yeah,
I think one day
I
it'll-
definitely am. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
just like.
Well, and
yeah.
it's like, and,
I think one
that's
day
what I
it'll
wanted to
happen.
say.
I think one
That's
day
what I
it'll
want
happen.
to say. Like, I don't have anything against her. I don't have any, like, I don't hate her. I still listen to her music. I have all of her music in my library. I bought it all on iTunes. But
Even I don't do that, and I love Jessica a
it's
lot.
just part of, I don't know. I felt
I have an entire
I
drawer right
definitely
next to me full
felt
of Us Nasty albums.
I definitely felt a little betrayed when it happened, so that's why.
Well, at least she wasn't pregnant.
Oh, poor Yule. Poor Laboom. Laboom lost 2 members last year. Well, last year. I'm so sad. Although ZN will be back with a vengeance.
All right.
Okay. We'll move on to my third, which is probably more controversial than that one, but it's more personal taste. I just don't like 2NE1 that much. So, like, any 2NE1 fans, I'm sorry, but, like, so, and once again, I have all their music on like, I have it all. I listen to it every once in a while, but it's definitely not my favorite. To me, so it probably all starts because when I got into K-pop, I was SNSD only, and that was the height of the fan wars for old girl groups, where I refused to listen to 2NE1 and Wonder Girls for a long time because I was SNSD.
Vividly.
So yeah, I like Wonder Girls. I love. But I refused to listen to them for a while because they were like main rivals. And 2NE1 I refused to listen to. Also, before any of K-pop existed for me, my brother sent me Lollipop, and that made me. That's probably the root cause of all this. The first K-pop song I ever heard was Lollipop by 2NE1 and Big Bang, and I was like, this is the most garbage song I've ever heard.
It's just,
and then luckily,
it's just like a trigger for you now, basically.
yeah, exactly. And then luckily, G came along and saved me like a year later. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's not the type of music I like. I don't like for their early stuff. I don't like the super auto-tuned, like EDM type stuff. Like I like EDM, but the super auto-tuned stuff. Yeah, and I don't even. I think like post, like I don't see. That's the thing. I like 4 Minute more. And I don't know why I like 4 Minute more than 2NE1.
4 Minute was their main competitor, so
yeah, but they both did like the same type of stuff. But for some reason, I like 4 Minutes way better. And I don't know why. I can't explain that. But yeah, I just don't really like that stuff. I thought their style is just ridiculous. Like I'm not a huge fan of the whole insanely over the top spiky outfits, crazy hairstyle type stuff.
I mean, like as much as I love 2NE1, a lot of their maybe I am the best I could sort of tolerate, but like their early clothing was really bad.
Oh yeah, not even their clothing, their hairstyles were
Dara's
like Dara's hair.
I love the palm
forever.
tree. That's like
so
her signature
dumb.
sort of thing.
Yeah,
now.
it's iconic.
I love. Yeah, that's like she has an entire like merchandising brand around palm trees now because of that.
Because of it.
No, like they fucked up Minji's hair for so many years.
Yeah.
Like she never had a decent haircut. It was so bad. Like her hair right now is really it's like fine because she looks so much better with long hair. But there's a lot of cuts where she just like, oh my god, I mean, I guess that was just kind of the era that K-pop was in, where basically you just had to look really stupid, and like that's just like eye catching and that sort of thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've always leaned towards the cutesy, more innocent girl group stuff over that type of stuff. Like 4 Minute I love, but I feel like 2NE1 was like a step past 4 Minute, and that was like the line I didn't cross, like in terms of what I liked. If that makes sense. Like 4 Minute was like the subdued version of 2NE1. If you could see that. Like their outfits weren't insane, their hairstyles weren't insane. Their music was pretty similar, but like in terms of styling and stuff. If that makes sense. But yeah, so like
It's
don't
kind of
know.
weird because for me, like my first groups were SNSD, then 4 Minute, then 21.
And then
So like
21,
those are
yeah.
like those groups all go hand in hand for me.
Well, yeah, and that's
interesting.
for me. It's SNSD, Kara, and 4 Minute.
Yeah.
So like because that's probably another reason why I listened to 4 Minute because they weren't a rival to SNSD, but 21 was because of the whole Big Three rivalry.
Yeah.
So like I didn't really listen to 21 until way later.
Yeah, and I mean for me, obviously I saw Soshi like this is my first exposure to like K-pop in person, and then I saw 21 at MTV Iggy. So I don't know, I just never really there was a point I think I actually liked 21 better than Girls' Generation because I wasn't into the too girly stuff or whatever. Which is why I was leaning YG more, but that all changed when I guess I started to lean SM more when EXO came out, or EXO started to come around, because that I feel like that's when SM started to change their image in a way. So yeah, but yeah, I feel you. 21 wasn't for everybody, I guess. It's just yeah. In retrospect, a lot of their songs are just kind of hard to listen to now. Like freaking Dar had a solo on, I forget which album it was. Just like. I just wanna kiss, I never wanna miss. I'm just like, yo, what the heck? Like,
I thought that one was good.
Like I mean, yeah, it's catchy, but I'm just like, yo, how bad of a human being do you have to be? It's like, oh, I missed.
Yeah, if you actually think about what she's saying, like,
yeah, like a lot of it just like really like weird and corny stuff. But I mean. Yeah, no, it's 21 still has it was such a weird time period. Yeah, like no, I feel like it's so much easier to get people to K-pop now because again, it started to sound more like Western music, whereas K-pop back then was just like, yo, what the hell
like
is this?
Yeah. It was very much more J-pop, like closer to J-pop than Western music. And now it's leading more Western.
If you look at J-pop,
plus there's so much more now, so there's something for everyone. Yeah. Where back then there was SNSD with the more girly stuff. There was 21 with the weird like hip hop techno stuff, and like there wasn't much in between.
Yeah, if you still look at J-pop now, there's a lot of groups that still dress like weird like that or whatever. So it's interesting to see the divergence that happened.
Yeah, and I don't they still do the like anime hair and stuff like they used to? Like K-pop like got rid of that like post 2008.
Spiky cloud hair, Goku hair. And I don't want to take anything away from 21. I know like why they were big. I fully understand and appreciate what they did for K-pop and like why they're so big, but their music just wasn't for me. And like still for the most part isn't. There I like some songs, like I'll still jam out to I Am the Best, but like for the most part it's just like since I didn't grow up, or like I didn't grow up because I started listening to K-pop when I was 22, but
I'm not even 22
21. I'm not grow up with it, but since I didn't listen to it from the start, like it's not nostalgic to me, and so it's just.
See, I have the opposite problem where I can't listen to 21's music anymore because it hurts too damn much that they're gone.
Oh, because they're gone. Yeah, I know.
I can't listen to it anymore.
Well, that's like when SNSD disbands. It's gonna be tough. Or whenever I listen to Downpour.
Don't do that to yourself, Dave, please. All right.
It pops up randomly. I can't control it. Okay, let's move on to Andrews.
Okay, what's my number one again?
I don't know. I don't have the thing up in front of me.
Number one. Wuju Sonyo, also known as Cosmic Girls. Their singles are better in Chinese.
Crazy talk.
Okay, like I don't know why. I don't know why I can explain this.
It's your genes.
Maybe,
it's your genes.
But the thing is though, like my family, like it's their heritage. We don't speak. As far as I know, my family never spoke Mandarin. They spoke Cantonese. So it's not like I have any like preference for Mandarin or anything. Because Cantonese and Mandarin are basically two different languages.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's probably just because they have so many, like literally like 1/8 of Wuju Sonyo is Chinese, so they probably have. So I feel like they can pull it off like well when they sing in Chinese. I mean, granted, like XC's raps are still in Korean or whatever, but usually I don't know. Maybe the reason why I like Wuju Sonyo songs in Chinese a lot is because it's probably the closest thing I'll ever get to having XOM again, because it's just gone now. So I mean, and yeah, I feel like to some degree, I feel like the songs are kind of, at least the songs where they do have Chinese singles, I feel like they sort of like work with that in mind, because remember, Wuju Sonyo, it's not just what should we call it, Starship or whatever. Like or they're
Yeah, it's with
I forget the name of the company.
Yue.
Yeah, so they're kind of co-managed between two groups, which is why like they sometimes the Wuju Sonyo, the Chinese members, they're part of like the Produce 101 or like the whatever other like idol producing shows.
But the three Chinese members are technically part of that agency.
Yeah, they're
this like loaned to Starship, like they're under Starship, but they're also under that company.
Yeah. So I believe it makes sense that they'd sort of like consider or produce their songs with the Chinese market in mind as well, because it's probably it's easiest to market like K-pop to Chinese like fan base if there's actual like Chinese members in it too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it just seems to work so well. Like I don't know why, but I love their song. They're like Secret and I Wish I listen to in Chinese like more than even in Korean. It just sounds I mean, it's kind of like how like some like Soshi songs where if I first heard in Japanese,
so you listen to Japanese versions.
Yeah, and if I listen to the Korean version, I'm just like, yo, that's so weird now. So
I skip every Japanese version usually if I'm used to the Korean version.
Like, oh yeah,
it sounds so weird. I'm like, I don't know these words, but to me, like, because they've been doing Chinese singles from the start. Like even their debut singles, they have Chinese versions. But just to me, I don't like the way Chinese sounds for pop music. It's just so weird compared to Korean because it sounds so different. Oh, yeah, I'm so used to listening to Korean.
The hardest part about like Mandarin or Cantonese or Thai or like, all these like Chinese or originated like languages is that it's all tonal.
Yeah, they're tonal. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you could say some
same word,
but with a different like intonation of your voice, you can say something offensive by accident or whatever. Which is why I'm so scared to learn it because I don't want to say like I screwed your mom or something like that by accident or whatever.
Yeah, and like it's just like it's so different sounding from Korean. Like Japanese is like closer. It's a lot more similar.
Japanese and Korean have the same the same grammar structure for the most part.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
so like that I can handle. Chinese
different.
is way different. Yeah, so it just sounds weird to me. So I skip their Chinese versions like every time, just like I said, with Japanese versions, I do that too, where I know the song, because then I'm just like, these aren't the lyrics to the song I'm trying to sing along to.
Yeah, I'll be like, Genie will come on, I'll be like, yes, it's Genie, and then I hear, oh, Yobi, and I'm like, no!
Hey, the Japanese version of Genie is amazing, but
I know, but I am always wanting the 90%
of that version. He wants to sing the Korean version.
But no,
yeah, because that's literally my favorite K-pop song of all time. Like, come on.
But the Japanese version of Genie, like 90% of the reason why the Japanese version of Genie is amazing is because, or specifically the Japanese version of Genie, the dance music video is just off the charts. Like, it's insane. Just like those outfits are just like, that's my favorite SNSD like outfit probably ever. So, all right, number 2. FX has the best version of Chocolate Love. So, for those of you that might not have been born or might not have been might not have like been around in the K-pop world back then, it was a LG. It was like an LG promotion because LG Chocolate.
LG Chocolate commercial.
Did any of you have an LG Chocolate?
No,
I had an MV3.
I thought about buying one because of Chocolate Love. I was tempted. It almost got me.
Our hail corporate.
It almost got me.
No, but I mean, LG had a similar marketing push in America where they had.
If Tiffany tells me to buy something, I buy it. Okay.
Yeah, because when they were pushing the LG chocolate here in America, they had Christina Aguilera do a song called Candyman or whatever because it's like, oh, it's a candy colored chocolate.
Was that an LG chocolate commercial song?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, at least that's when I first heard the song or whatever. They had this whole like marketing campaign where like they were covering the phones and it looked like chocolate or like it basically like because it was like red and like black and like that sort of thing. Yeah, so that's why they called it Chocolate Love, right? Because of the phone. So SM and their which is a genius idea too. They had two of their girl groups, FX and Girls' Generation, do 2 different versions of the song, and sort of how they linked the music videos in a way where like they'd give you a tease of the other music video first before it went into like the certain other group's song, and then like it was pretty cool how they did that. But like I don't know, maybe it's because I first heard Chocolate Love as the FX version, so when I listen to the Soshi version, it just feels so slow and it just feels kind of boring in comparison to the actual version.
I love it. I love it.
No, I like
slow and sensual.
No, I love like the crazy fast version. And I mean, hey, we get the Soshi version doesn't have an amber rap. That makes it immediately better. Come on.
Nope.
Yeah, but it's a Tiffany rap.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. The rap portion in the Soshi version is it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, this is a cover of the SNSD song.
Yeah, this is 100% a cover of that.
How dare you?
How dare you say the cover is better than the original?
Hey,
yeah, that song was not written for the OG Chocolate. They just used Candyman.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's just they
I'm looking it up, but yeah, they used it.
Yeah, they used it for like the marketing promotion, but you know, it's an interesting look back as well because we don't really see like huge CF songs where like they're mainstream like this anymore. Like I'm trying to think of if there's anything that's sort of come out, at least maybe in the past like
Sonny's Burger King song.
I mean like
no,
like
nobody
nothing,
knew
like,
that existed.
I'm trying to think like any of like Big Three or whatever that have done like
Big Three,
like CFs on this like sort of scale where they
really
gave it
done many.
Yeah.
Recently.
Because and I think Lollipop was a promotional song too, right?
Yeah, it was for a phone.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously like freaking South Korea and their phone manufacturing, of course, like half the CF songs are going to be out.
Well, yeah, I mean, two of the biggest phone manufacturers are in Korea, which is LG and Samsung.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I can't think of the Big Three doing anything recently for songs. Like the more recent SCF songs I can think of are like the Baskin Robbins song by Orange Caramel a couple of years ago, which is one of my favorites. There's Jelly, or what was it? The one with Hyorin and Kisum.
I don't even remember.
Fruity.
Oh, that was
the one
like,
last year.
Was that like for like Sunny D or something?
It was for not Lipton, not Sunny D.
It's like
it was for a drink.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sprite?
No, it wasn't. It was a like fruit drink, obviously.
Oh, and freaking J Park did a Nike CF like rap sort of thing. But I mean, other than that, yeah, we don't really get like big songs where I guess K-pop has sort of moved beyond that, where they don't necessarily need to be promoting like brands by song anyway. They just have to show up for like a photo shoot or whatever.
Exactly.
Now
They just do photo shoots.
It was an interesting time back then.
They still do them every once in a while. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Lipton.
It's so weird. Anyway, my number 3, which is probably my most controversial one. Quote. I really need to put this in context before like people like yell at me. Hyunoo's overt sexuality is no longer a progressive statement; it's an artistic crutch. Now
I agree.
What I mean by that is that
just getting out of hand.
Well, it's not necessarily getting out of hand. It's just that it's getting really stale.
They're relying on it over and over and over again.
Yeah, like
not changing anything.
So if you look at the landscape,
I agree.
If you look at the landscape of K-pop when Hyuna made Bubble Pop, like it was sort of in a time period, or I guess it still to some degree, it was sort of in a time period where I guess most Korean music was just incredibly uber like conservative, and I guess in a way where like you know how like all like the QT girl group like sort of concepts were that's all there were basically. It was either that or just like I guess some type of like fierce girl group sort of thing, but they never like veered on the line of like too overtly sexual. And then Bubble Pop came out, and that sort of like I guess changed the game in a way. But
yeah, after that Sistar came out, and
yeah,
like,
Sistar,
all the Nine Muses and the like more sexy girl groups, but they're like classy sexy.
Yep. Yeah, and I feel like
groups.
And like I feel like Hyuna's kind of been surpassed in that sort of way, in that I guess how I'm thinking of it is that I feel like Hyuna is just held back by the fact that I want to push the boundaries, I want to be so sexy, I want to like be so progressive that she kind of forgets about the musical aspect of it to some degree.
100%.
And I'm just like if all you're doing is pushing the sexy kind of part of like the performance, it's just like there's not much that separates you, but something between like you and like I don't know like Leisha or something like that.
Are you gonna compare Hyuna to Switch and Leisha?
Yeah, no, I mean, I know that sounds really harsh, but like
I know it is, but I know where you're coming from. Like
yeah. Because like, there still has to be some element of musicality in your music, because that's it. Because it has to be intertwined with that element of musicality, or else you're just kind of like beating a dead horse at this point because it's just so bland.
She needs some, like, after last year is just like that just swath of mediocre music from her.
Yeah.
She needs to start doing more like I said, like more classy, sexy, like Nine Muses' last few songs, or like Hush and Touch by Miss A, or like Sistar's more recent stuff, like the Not Summer stuff, like Give It to Me type stuff, where it's sexy but it's classy. Yeah. She's just starting to veer into like trashy. You said, just like trashy, like doing it.
There's nothing wrong with trashy. It's just that
and like
it gets again.
It gets old if you do it.
Yeah, it gets really stale because it's just like, okay, what else do you have to, like, because I feel like there's only so much you could. There's only so far you could take the shock value of, oh my god, she's doing what, and she's Korean.
Oh my god, she's twerking again for the 40th time.
Yeah, it gets really old after a while, and like, and I remember when it was just like, oh my god, she did a kiss on stage or whatever. And now I'm just like,
and like even so, like she can do trashy still. She just needs to make the music good. Like, I'd be fine if she did more the same style, but the music just wasn't lacking.
Yeah, I guess that's probably more of the problem, where it's just like, I feel like you can get away with it more if you make good music as well. And I feel like people are more inclined. I feel like most people are more inclined to like it because they feel like, oh my god, she's being so sexy, and I'm just like, and they kind of forget about like the actual song because of that the whole concept of it, or like it gets too much of a pass because like it's being so like progressive. But at this point, I'm just really bored of her music, and she needs to like do something else, honestly, or just like change it up somehow because because I feel like there's been no musical progression since Bubble Pop, and like I know that's a lot because that's like 6 years worth of music, but I feel like it's just where like so many other artists and groups have gone from like here to here, or like it just feels like kind of been so stagnant.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That wraps up my sort of controversial opinions, and I hope I don't get crucified.
So none of mine are really all that controversial between us. Jacob
was a wimp.
Yeah, I don't really have any like overly controversial opinions, I guess. I don't think, at least off the top of my head.
Yeah, you couldn't think of any.
But one of them is I never really liked BAP that much. Like I don't think I ever see people online giving a negative opinion of them, even though they're not huge, I guess. They were pretty big back in the day. I always just kind of saw them as being really, really cheesy, like versus like even like Big Bang, who I don't think were the pinnacle of hip hop. They were still not like, they didn't come off as just completely cheesy and too try hard. Like they at least would like I don't know, like own their concept, I guess. Like
you saw them as like they're trying to be
hard, but they're like, I can't take them seriously.
It's like comparing them to a newer group. They're like Monsta X, but if Monsta X went like way overboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're doing the same type as stuff as Monsta X, just like the really hype hip hop pop. But you saw them as like going too far, where Monsta X does it like well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you agree with that.
I don't think Monsta X is trying to be something that they're not, though. Is my thing.
Okay,
I guess.
You think BAP was
like they're just trying too hard to be hip hop when they're just like
they're more idols, standard idols.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
I could see that.
They just didn't pull it off well, I guess, in my mind.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people just aren't familiar with him to some degree.
Nowadays, no.
Yeah, nowadays, but like back when I first got into K-pop,
they were popular, like 2012, 2013. They were pretty big, and I can attest to that because when I was over there, like all of the girls I was friends with were like really big BAP fans. They all loved BAP, and that's how I got into them. And I liked them, and I totally understand where you're coming from. They definitely were like going way too hard when it didn't really fit them very well. And that's why they, after their first 3 or 4, they started doing more like poppy stuff. Like what is it? I can't remember the names of the songs, but because like the first 3, like Warrior, Power, and
One Shot,
or like that stuff One Shot. Side note: One Shot is an amazing music video.
Yes, it does. It actually has a really good.
It is a
video,
really awesome music video. Go watch One Shot's music video. But yeah, after that they did some more cutesy stuff.
Yeah. But after that, they'd already like got
they were
sort of carved out a niche, and then they're like, then their fans are like, "What the hell?"
Yep. Yeah. So then they fall off a cliff because they were fighting with TS.
TS. Yep.
But you also you liked their more recent stuff.
Yeah, their newer stuff is a lot better than their old stuff because they're not.
They
like,
put out 3 songs last year. That first one, I can never remember the name of it, was really good. The like one about like depression and stuff.
Yeah.
That one was really, really good.
They're the like apocalypse looking music video.
They're just in dark apartment that's like completely destroyed.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess their newer stuff I will say is a lot better. I actually have said that in the past. Like,
yeah,
it's I don't know. I guess
thought
it's
they
more
started off on the wrong foot.
I guess. Yeah, exactly.
And now they've matured and they know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I enjoy Power and that stuff for the ridiculousness that it is. Yeah. But I can see where you're coming from.
Yep. So, on to my second one, which you'll see it and you'll be like, what? Because
I was about to yell at him when I saw this.
Yeah, so my second one was that Spica is overrated, and not in the way that you might think. So, I really like them and I like their music. However, whenever people online are talking about like they talk trash about a vocalist in a K-pop group, they'll always be like, well, Spica, all of them are really good, and they always use Spica as an example of a group that has really good vocalists. But here's the thing, I'm 90% sure that almost none of them actually listen to Spica.
Oh, no, yeah, okay.
Like, that always annoyed me so much. And like, they are not this popular to where they can be mentioned like every 5 seconds in a comment section.
Yeah, so I understand where you're coming from. So you agree with those people that Spica has really good vocalists.
Yes.
But those people don't have the right to use that as an example because they don't know Spica at all, probably. They just hear about them all the time. And so they're like, oh, well, they must have really good vocalists. So, yeah, I definitely agree with that because if they were that popular, they wouldn't have disbanded last year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I don't think almost any of their music videos had much over like 1 million views.
No,
like 1 million views, if they even made that far. Like,
yeah, they definitely didn't get the recognition they deserved. This is coming from someone who actually listens to them and has for years.
Yeah.
But like they came out the gate running because they were produced by Lee Hyori.
Yep.
Yeah, Tonight has 4 they're all 5 million.
Okay, all right. That's again, that's
Tonight and You Don't Love Me both have about 5 million.
It just always used to bug me when people would mention them all the time when I could guarantee they did not listen to that.
Oh yeah,
like they would always be mentioned like in MR removed videos and stuff like that. Like Spica wouldn't sound this bad.
Yeah,
like just shut up. Like a better example would probably be Mamamoo, because Mamamoo's actually they do always perform live. That's why they always have the ad libs and stuff so that they basically prove that they're performing live. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they're definitely very similar in that respect. Like,
yeah,
but yeah, I agree with you that a lot of people use them without probably even knowing much about them.
Yeah, so I guess that's all I had to say about that one as well. And this one's, again, not controversial with us, more of like with me disagreeing with netizens in general. So for number 3, I said that idols are put under way too much scrutiny. So most of the listeners probably would agree with me as well. But like,
yeah, I feel like international fans as a whole would probably agree with you here.
Well, even international fans, I have a problem with. Well, like
older fans, like fans our
international
age,
fans, I think,
and more
have a
mature
problem with
fans. Yeah. But
like,
once the younger you get, the less
there's just a lot of stuff. Like there's just a lot of cultural differences, I feel like, and they'll say something and then somebody international will get offended and be like, oh, that's so offensive, I'm so disappointed, I'm never listening to you again.
Yeah.
Or like a netizen will like be like, "Oh, you can't date someone. I'm gonna."
I feel like that's just
talk
Korea's,
trash to you
yeah,
in your comment section all day because that's my life now.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like a Korean like mentality sort of thing. Like we've discussed this, I guess, in detail before, but it's not just with idols or whatever. It's not just with like any like sort of like actors. Because I mean, even esports, like they just like, oh, if like Faker makes it, like it's like, oh, Faker, you're garbage, you're terrible, you should kill yourself and that sort of stuff. And like, yeah, that's why like all these like athletes or whatever have like crazy like stress and or whatever, because they're just put under so much pressure in Korea because of like Twitter or like I don't know, like wherever else they like post like all this like negative sort of shit. I feel like it's just sort of it's too ingrained into Korean culture at this point.
Yeah, but even so, again, like there's some things also like they'll say something on Korean television where they're more conservative, and people who are more PC over here will be like, "Oh, you can't say that. That's so offensive. I'm so disappointed." That always tweaks me out. Like, dude, come on. They just said something. It's not a big deal. It's really not. Just forget about it and move on.
Yeah, like the Korean fans are like insanely intrusive into their lives and like put them on an insane high standard, and then international fans that will get
too easily
upset
offended
over by things that they were only said or done because of cultural differences. And then like, sure, if you don't agree with that or you think it is offensive,
that's your
instead
right
of just
so.
Your right, and instead of just yelling at them, you should try to like get people to understand like that
your perspective rather than just yelling at the idol.
Yelling at them. Yeah, like
or
and their fans,
another sort of example I could think of right now is when I know I don't mean to shit on Icon all the time, but like remember that situation where they dressed up as like female clothes and they started like humping each other or whatever like on stage, and like they acted like they're acting really stupid, and everyone's just like, oh, that's kind of like stupid or whatever. Like they took offense to that. And then there's that one crazy person or like that one person on Twitter saying like, oh, if you don't like that means you're homophobic or whatever. It's like, yo, whoa, like calm down. Yeah, I also I have a huge problem with like. Yeah, it's on both sides of the spectrum where it's like where people are just like, oh, you're horrible, you can't do that, you're an idol or whatever, like they haven't seen high standards for you. Or it's that where people will like, they're like lemmings, they'll jump off the bridge to like defend their idol even if they committed like murder or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
people just take everything too seriously on both sides.
That's just fans in general.
Yeah, so for me, I guess this one is mostly just like people need to chill mostly.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so those were our unpopular, controversial opinions that Me Saying Things asked us about, which was actually pretty funny because we were talking about it that week, like in our chat, like doing it because we'll probably do another topic from that Tumblr that we did like a while ago.
Yep.
And we were talking about that, and we're like, maybe we should do our own. And then they commented, not for sure if it's a guy or a girl. They commented,
Professor Oak, are you a boy or
asking about our unpopular opinions. So, if you don't agree with us, be civil, but comment and try to change our minds, as that meme says.
Change my mind.
As that meme, try to change my mind.
I have my mug ready.
But just comment and be civil about it. But yeah, we're definitely down to just have an open conversation about why you don't agree with us or why you do agree with us.
Yep.
And as long as you're not being an asshole, because if you are, we'll just ignore you.
Yep.
If you're not being an asshole, we'll be down to talk with you and discuss what you thought of our unpopular opinions and try to change our minds.
Yep.
Really
so
quick.
There it is. That was half the show.
Yeah, that was half. Oh my god, we gotta hurry. Yeah.
I knew that would be a long one. Reviews are short. We're getting pretty good about our reviews, so they're getting pretty solid. Okay, topic 2?
Yep, topic 2. WJSN.
WJSN's Dream Your Dream review. Before we get started, I got my Cosmic Bong, and it's amazing.
I love that it's called a bong, though. It's like, what the hell?
It's amazing because it has a gyroscope in it, so the heart...
Wait, did they call it that in Korean? Ujubong?
Yeah, it's the Ujubong.
That's hilarious.
The gyroscope in it keeps the heart upright at all times, and it's really cool. Unfortunately, I forgot to buy AAA batteries because all these things take AAA batteries, and nothing uses AAA batteries anymore, so I don't have any. So I can't light it up, unfortunately.
I think,
But I wanted to show you the
everything now
gyroscope.
generally has like internal battery or uses AA.
Yeah. Okay. Or watch batteries like these
Yeah.
ones, like the card one. It just uses a watch battery.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we will start. The first track is Dreams Come True, which is the title track, and it's back to their like signature secret I Wish style. The MV's got like the surrealness to it with the weird cosmic stuff, except this time it's magic.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. The MV looked really good with the like normally I don't like the
effects and stuff.
oversaturation stuff, but I think
Yeah,
it
yeah.
worked well for the vibe of the song.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I at least for me, just like the music video, I thought was okay, but man, there were some parts where they're doing the choreography in the field where I feel like the oversaturation sort of made the picture too grainy and it looked like it was like in
Yeah.
like 180p or something like that. That really bothered me, but other than that, the visuals I think were nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because of the way it handles like color data and whatnot. It's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, it just like because I think they just applied a general filter to the entire music video for the most part,
Yeah.
and just hit export, which is what I would do if I was producing a music video. But yeah, I feel like they should have like toned it back. Like this is just like really like nitpicky like editing shit. But like yeah, that's the one thing I'd give it negative marks for.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this, I don't know if you guys watched the live versions, but there's some like really cool dance moves for this. There's a point where one of them singing, I can't remember who, and everyone's lined up behind her, but then they start spinning, but every time like holding like the other girls are, two of them start holding hands and spinning around her, but every time they complete a whole circle they add another girl, so the circle just keeps getting bigger and
Gross.
bigger. It's really cool.
Yo, there's like 13 members.
Well, they only do like 6. They don't
Okay.
do all 13 of them.
because that would take a
But-
while.
Yeah. So like, but they do like probably 6 circles, and they add a new girl every time. So that's a really cool move that I haven't really seen people do before.
Yeah.
And then there's a part near the end. It's actually I think right after that move where they repeat the same line 4 times. And for each time they have a group of 3 with the girl whose line it is in the middle, and then after they sing it, they like crouch down, and the girls behind them turn around, and then they do their line and crouch down. And, like it's just like a cool like sequence for
Yeah.
that part of the song. And then also whoever decided their hairstyles and like styling for this comeback killed it, because they all look amazing.
I guess on my end, so I was surprised when I looked at the producer of this, because it's usually like, because the producer for their previous or their singles like Secret and I Wish, I believe, were done by, or Secret was done by someone named E1, and then obviously like Happy was done by like what you call it, Black Eyed Peas song or whatever.
Black Eyed Peas song, yeah.
Yeah, so I was surprised when I saw this single, or this was produced by Full Bloom, the person that did a lot of Wikimiki, and I believe some tracks off of, God, I forgot what else, but Full Bloom's been showing up lately for so far this year, and I'm just surprised at how well that they were able to make, or because they produce for a lot of different groups, but I'm surprised at how well that they were able to tailor this song to sound like a Wuju Sonyo song. Like if you didn't look at who the production was, you thought it'd be like the same production team that's been doing
From
all of their
Secret
songs.
and I
Yeah,
Wish, yeah.
I do like how I think they did a really good job of making this song like sound like Wuju Sonyo, but still having it so fresh. Like I guess the part that I like the most is just in particular is one. Well, I love XE raps and just in general, but there's a really nice like feature based beat that sort of kicks in when she's doing her rap and everything. Like I really love this song like a lot. Like surprisingly, like I thought I'd kind of get tired of this style that Wuju Sonyo's done, but even though I kind of wanted to return to this after.
I was gonna say it's nice because they didn't do it all in a row. Like we
Yeah.
got Happy and Kiss Me as a break.
But I do feel like they work better with this weird sort of like cosmic sort of concept. Though again, my one gripe would be that it didn't go weird enough. Like I feel like they could have, because if you look at the music videos for Secret and I Wish, they go out of the it's they're crazy. Like freaking they have like, I don't know, like they have Saiyan Scouters in Secret, and like in I Wish they have like all these like acid and vaporwave sort of things, and like they're playing a 2DS with like the lid closed and everything like that, or like 3DS with the lid closed. I feel like they could have gone more weird with the concept, and like, because it felt, I guess, more grounded. Where like, I guess weird thing, it was one of them was like on like a tornado or something like that, or they're all running around with like some type of like magical spell on their iPhone X or something like that. I have no idea what's going on in this music video, and also I think they filmed it in like the airport. I have no. It looks like the airport because I was watching Running Man the other week, and it kind of looks familiar. But yeah, I feel like they just filmed this in like all in one location. Jacob?
Yeah, so for me, I'm probably going to be the low end of the review spectrum, just, I guess, as a spoiler. For this, I really, really like the instrumental, like the sort of like synthesized instrumentals and stuff that they got going on. I really like those. In fact, I liked it right in the beginning. But, like, for me, the vocals seem kind of like, I don't know. They just felt a little bland, I guess, and the chorus wasn't as strong as I would have wanted, I guess. So, yeah, this song is not even my favorite on the album, actually. So, yeah.
That's funny. This is actually probably my favorite of their singles.
Really? Even more than Secret and I Wish and Happy?
Yeah, I think I do. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
It's very similar, but...
Though I guess this actually isn't really that much of a surprise, though. I didn't really like as much because, like, WJSN was like really, it was only just above
you were
Dial
always,
for me.
Yeah, you were always
I was never
huge
on
fan.
WJSN.
Just quick recap for what Full Bloom's their production credits are. So yeah, they did Dreams Come True. They did Iron Boy and Color Me off of Wiki Mickey's album. They did Holiday by Susie. They did
those are all good songs.
Some song off of Lovely's third mini album. They did The Lucky Ones for Super Junior. They did With You and Run for Astro. So they have a pretty good like run so far of songs. Yeah, I have them on my short list for Producer of the Year.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I do like this song a lot. It's definitely my favorite out of the three. And I think I like it more than Happy and Kiss Me. Okay, we will move on to Love O'Clock. So this is like a really upbeat dance pop track, but it has a weird, creepy Toy Box intro and outro that I felt didn't fit the song at all. If that makes sense.
I think that's just kind of WJSN's thing, because they had the same thing in Secret where they just have like the wind-up sort of toy. I think it's a motif.
Yeah, but I think it fit there, where this song, like, they do it, and then it just becomes a really fun, upbeat pop track.
Yeah, I guess it's
just...
Well,
it's called Love O'Clock, so...
Yeah, so it was like...
It's like a clock, so...
Yeah, but yeah, this reminded me of Happy a lot, actually. This was kind of reminded me of like a sequel to it, because it's a lot more upbeat and similar sounding. There's a lot of weird like sounds used in the background.
If that's the case, though, I like this way more than Happy.
Yeah, I like this song a lot, actually.
Yeah, I do too.
This one, it reminds me almost of Red Flavor, actually.
That's probably why it's got a same sort of like step sort of beat to it, like
summery vibe too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I also like that the bridge is like ballady. It like goes to halftime and slows down a lot. Yeah, I like this song a lot too. Anything else that you guys want to say about it?
No, personally, this or another song I probably would have put as the title track rather than Dreams Come True.
Another song.
Yeah,
I wonder.
Okay, Andrew, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is Renaissance. So this has a lot of strings and synths, and it sounds like they took a G-Friend song and mixed it with a WJSN single.
But I mean, that's actually a lot of, in listening to some of their songs, that's a lot of like what their sound is in a way.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like if like Lovelyz and G-Friend had a baby, it'd be WJSN, because they kind of a lot of their songs have strings, but they have a lot of the more electronic elements to it too. So
yeah, I just felt like this was like very G-Friend-esque, more so than normal.
Yeah, this is the other song that I was talking about. I think it might be just because I like G-Friend a lot that I really like this song and probably would have preferred this. Also, Xy's rap in this is really good as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Xy's rap is always really good.
Yeah, but still.
Well,
I think on this album,
because she's like the songwriter for like almost everything they do. So.
Well, no, she's not. She just gets songwriting credits because every rapper gets songwriting credits.
Oh.
She doesn't actually write the lyrics for songs. She just gets credit for it because she writes her own raps.
Yeah.
If you look at like most K-pop groups, their rappers almost always have songwriting credits on every song, if they write their own raps. But yeah, like I think just overall on this album, I think XC's raps were better than normal. Like she's improving, because I felt like her rap in Dreams Come True is really good as well. But yeah, the song, I like the song a lot too. I really like the G-Friendy, synthy, lovely's mixture vibe.
Yeah.
I agree
I felt this was way stronger than Dreams Come True. And I felt honestly, if this was the title track, it'd be one of their strongest for me.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else, Andrew?
This one was done by E1, who produced Secret. So yeah, surprisingly, for as much as comparisons you've been giving it to G-Friend, I actually like this though. But I mean, I guess it's just I'm partial to this sound in a way. But yeah, very well done, very well done.
Yep. Next is Starry Moment. This one didn't really stand out too much with me. It's pretty safe. It was just a pretty safe, like standard synthy pop song to me.
I like funky 90s songs though, so I liked it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying this one didn't stand out to me.
The next one
much
didn't
as the
stand out
others.
as much to me though, but I enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, I
XC's
thought the
gonna be
vocals
upset.
in this were pretty good. And the instrumentals were alright. Like again, I think I do agree that it was pretty safe, but overall I like the song a lot as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that wasn't me knocking it. I just felt like it was safe.
Yeah, versus other stuff. Yeah.
But again, like with the XE rap part though, it's like whenever eye contact, I just love that little like touch that she adds to all of her. Like XE, you know what? Just in general, I think XE just needs more solo stuff. I need more of her. The world needs to be exposed to more of her rapping, because she's really excellent.
Yeah, her and Yuna Kim should make a song together, or two or more. Just make a whole album, because that song's really good.
Just add XE to the arc.
Well, add Yuna Kim to Uju Sonyo because they can rap together.
How crazy
Or
would
just
that be?
revive the arc.
How
Come
crazy
on.
would that be if
Revive the arc.
freaking WJSN added another member?
Revive the arc.
How would they fit any of them on all of them on the stage?
Well, there's that boy group that debuted last month. That was 14 members, so they could.
Jesus Christ! Like imagine them trying to fit.
I think
Imagine them
17
trying-
originally had 17
Imagine
members.
trying to.
Yeah, they did. They
imagine
knocked
trying
four
to
members.
busk with a 14-member group. Like how would that work?
Yeah, 4 members dropped before debut, but yeah,
Yeah.
17 was originally 17 members.
Kim Samuel was one.
Yeah, Kim Samuel was supposed to be in
Okay.
17.
Let's move on. We have Thawing. So
Yep.
I actually do, like Andrew said, he didn't like the song as much. I think the song is really cool because of all the weird ass stuff going on in the background and the instrumentals. There's so many weird sounds going on and like cool instrumentals. And then for like the pre-chorus and the chorus, they had like really synthy brass. I just like everything going on in the song. And for this song, XE actually helped produce the song. So this is something she worked on.
I was just confused as to why it's like a Christmas sounding song, but it's in the released in like
thawing.
I guess
It's like talking about winter thawing to spring.
But it sounds
That's
too
why-
Christmassy for my taste, and I need my Christmas songs during Christmas. Like though, as someone that gave a 10 to a Christmas album, I need it. You got to release it in December. Or no bueno.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I just added Taeyeon's Christmas album to my library recently, so I'm gonna have to listen to it soon. We listened to it in March.
Yeah, for me, again, I think I kind of agree with Andrew. It kind of didn't stand out as much as like the last 3 songs did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's still a good song. It's all right. I guess I'd put it on par with Dreams Come True, personally. So, yeah.
And then finally, I don't know if Andrew has anything to say, but Dreams Come True, the Chinese version. I don't really have anything to say because
Oh, of course I have something to say on this.
I know you would.
No, like this was amazing. Like again, like of the Chinese songs, like this is definitely like one of my favorites. And like even though I'd still say Secret is my favorite Uju Sonyo song. I like this song so much in Chinese. Like granted, again, XE rap is still in Korean, but it's still so like I don't know what it is about the Chinese versions, but they're so well done. And I wish more groups wouldn't be afraid to like do more Chinese versions, because again, with all like the THAAD missile stuff out of the way, I feel like they can come back into the Chinese market again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Ratings.
I'm putting away my
Here.
my light stick.
Your bong.
Yep, it's going away. So yeah, for ratings for me, I did a 5 out of 6 for music. I did a 2 out of 3 for style.
Concept.
Or whatever
Concept. Jesus
I
Christ.
was like, I'm
How long have we
blanking
been
on
doing
what we
this now?
call it. We've been doing it for so long. For concept. And I did a 1 out of 1 for bias. Surprise. So that is a solid 8 out of 10 from me.
Same score. Yeah. Like, I didn't feel like it was a 9 or whatever, because for as much as I love Dreams Come True, it didn't necessarily blow me away or anything. But again, Wuju Sonyo continues to be like very consistent in both their like concept and then like the quality of their music. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to stand them, of course.
Yeah, so for me, I gave them a 4 out of 6 for music just because it was good, but it didn't blow me away or anything anywhere. Renaissance I thought was a really good song, though. I'll actually probably listen to that one. 2 out of 3 for concept because the music video was good, the dance was good, but nothing, again, blew me away or anything. And then I'll give them a bias point because I do like WJSN, so yeah.
7.
Bias point is basically free point at this point, but yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we very, very rarely don't give something a bias point because we're not gonna review something we don't.
Well, the reason I put that in there is just in case, like, something you give a 6 out of 6 and 3 out of 3 to something, but you don't feel like it deserves a 10.
Yeah, you could take the bias point away. But it's the opposite, where we just always give bias points no matter what.
Yeah. So
We're biased. I mean,
we are biased. That's true.
Yep.
Like I said, we're not going to review something that we're not a fan of. So probably.
Speaking of,
so yeah, that was a 8 out of 10 overall. Jacob gave it 7, 8, 8.
Yep.
Speaking of, what do you mean? I've been following them since debut. So next is CLC Black Dress EP. And the first song is the title track, Black Dress, where they kind of went back to Hobgoblin, but they didn't go as hard. Is how I felt like.
This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, exactly. The way I describe it and like what I really like about it is the way I said it has a subdued hypeness to it, if that makes sense. Like, it's a hype song, but it's not like overly hype. There's like there's a subdued level to it, and then it because it keeps building up and dropping, like, and then going back down to where, like, right when they hit the EDM chorus, when they say black dress, it just goes insane, and then it drops back down for the verses.
See, this is exactly what I wanted from them. I want someone to fill the niche that 4 Minute Left Behind that literally no one has filled except for them.
I don't think it's filling a niche. I feel like just Cube's just giving them the
copying.
Yeah, that's why. I was so goddamn.
I don't know. For me, literally no one does it though. No girl groups do it.
Wait, so you didn't like this, Andrew, at all?
Really don't.
No,
you didn't like this at all.
No.
Oh my god! Wow.
Okay, here's my problem. Like,
we're getting hardcore here.
Don't get me wrong. I love CLC. Like,
guys, Andrew's
he
back.
Only likes her vaporwave.
No, Andrew's back. He's back to being the cynical one. He hasn't been cynical for a while.
Because I feel it's not that I'm necessarily cynical about CLC. It's just that I'm frustrated with. It just feels like Cube is too incompetent to give a.
Oh, Cube is 100% incompetent.
It feels like
nobody's denying that.
Yeah,
Cube is a garbage company.
Yeah, it feels like they can't create a clear vision for a girl group or to some degree an artist that's not named Hyuna, and 90% of that is because. Hyuna is like in charge of most of her.
Hyuna just does what she she does her own stuff now.
Yeah,
so she just does whatever she wants.
Yeah, but because like. I can understand why they're doing it because that's literally the only Cube saving grace. Well, besides Pentagon's doing pretty good, I guess. But
Pentagon's doing.
But in
Pentagons are saving grace.
Yeah, in terms of like girl groups, like the only thing they know how to do is like 4 minute style of music. So I understand why they're doing it. It's just that they don't have to make it so goddamn blatant because, as far as I know, before like with Pepe and like all their older music.
Oh yeah, their older stuff is nothing like this.
And it's nothing like that. And also, last time I checked, Yin wasn't a Hyuna clone.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, I just hate.
That does bother me.
Yeah,
that once Hobgoblin happened, she talks like she sings exactly on it, like she raps exactly like Hyuna. Yeah, the super nasally sound, but she never sounded anything like that before Hobgoblin.
Yeah, like it's it's purposeful because they're trying to they're basically like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just like change around like the members or whatever, and just do it all over again. And yeah, I feel like there's enough people like that. Like, I mean, there's John Soyeon, there's that friggin' what's her name? There's friggin' Jimin from AOA. Like, there's enough people with that same nasally sounding voice that I'm just like, really? Do we honestly need another group that has that? And also, the most egregious thing in this entire music video, only one person.
None of them are ever wearing a black dress.
One person is wearing a black dress for like all of like 5 seconds. They're all wearing like suits. And I'm just like, why do you even bother calling the music video or the song Black Dress if they're not going to be wearing black dresses?
Yeah, if you read the lyrics, it might explain it. Maybe they're like criticizing girls that go out in black dresses or something. I don't know. I haven't read the lyrics. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
so
weird.
like for me, this is probably my favorite single of them. I have to go listen to their older stuff. I 100% agree with you with Yeon's voice just coming out of nowhere, becoming Hyuna since Hobgoblin. Because yeah, I've been listening to CLC since the beginning, and she never sounded like that. And so that does bother me. And the music video is pretty basic for this. Like, there's nothing that crazy about it. It's mostly
like, for as much as I hate their like this style of CLC, I actually do like the music videos. Like, same with Hobgoblin. Yeah. At least the visual elements. Like, Cube doesn't never has a problem nailing down like the music video end of their sort of thing. It's just the music part that they seem to have such a, like, I guess, struggle with in general. I don't know.
That's the opposite of me. I think the music video is pretty like boring and basic, where I love the music.
I don't know. I think the music is. See, I don't know. I disagree because like CLC, their debut stuff was not popular. I know Entry likes the Vaporwave stuff. I do as well, but it was not popular. Like, the reason they're floundering right now is because they keep flip flopping on concept. I think if they stick with this, they can be decent. And ever since 4 Minute left, again, there's literally no one who does this style of music. You can say EXID does, but they really don't. They don't go this hard. 21 is gone. Like, there's literally no one. And I really think they'd be the people who could do it well. I do agree, however, on Yeon's voice as well. Like, I think that's kind of a gimmick, I guess. But yeah, otherwise, I thought those were really strong.
They're trying to market to the same. It's like, hey, you remember 4 Minute? You remember Hyuna?
Yeah.
Here's a new like, basically, ultimately, that's K-pop in general, where you just try to repackage the same ideas except in shiny new rappers or whatever. But I mean, it's kind of too blatant at this point. But I mean, it's not bad. It's just that I'm just like, I feel like CLC deserves better. I feel like they deserve so much better than what Cube's giving them right now. And that's sort of evidenced by like the fact that this is one of the albums where the title track, I believe, or at least for me, was the worst song, where they're just so, like, the album tracks were just so much better.
Speaking of, we'll move on to like that. So this song, to me, I really like the individual parts of it. Because the song, but it doesn't fit together. It's because there's there's 3 separate sections of this song. There's a rap part at the beginning, there's singing parts, and there's synth parts. And I like all 3 of those separately, but they're just like not mixed at all. It's just like one happens, and then the next happens, and then the next happens, and then they go back to vocals, and then they go back to synth, and then they go back to rap. There's no like blending of them at all.
It's very much of like it's like I don't know. It's like it's an example of, like, I think, like, what exactly, I guess, like, what's happening with CLC. It's it's perfect example of, I guess, like, the disassociation, like, some parts of their music have. But despite that, I like it. Like, 90% of the reason why I like it, though, is just because, like, the future bass drop for, like, the chorus or whatever is just so dope. Yeah. It's so well done. And I'm a sucker for anything vocal chopping, so that's why. But also, I mean, like, so yeah, I like parts of the song, but, and to some degree, I might like it better than Black Dress, but yeah, I do wish, like, the verses and the chorus, like, feel like 2 completely different songs, which I guess it suffers from. And, like, random quote or tidbit or whatever, I was looking at the production credits or whatever. Somebody named Harry Potter wrote the lyrics. Not even joking.
Harry Potter.
They're named Harry Potter.
That is awesome. I love how blatant that is. So what do you think, Jacob?
So for me, I personally like the song. Again, like I just miss that, I guess, era of girl groups where there's a lot of electronic and stuff.
Yeah,
because there really isn't now.
Yep.
I see what you mean with the like disjointedness though of it though. I definitely see that. However, I think this is definitely just made to be sort of like a staging show or something like that, because that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can
something
see
like
that.
So yeah, I like the song overall.
Yeah,
so,
and like I said, I like all the parts of it. It just felt weird as one cohesive song.
Yeah.
Because I loved the drop, like you said, Andrew. I love that vocal chopping, like future based stuff. And I like the singing parts and I like the rapping parts, but it just it was weird
Also,
together.
I thought Yeon's rap was actually really good in this.
Yeah, exactly. But it just all of it together was weird to me. Okay, moving on to Distance, which is more of a softer pop song with like piano and acoustic guitar. There's a lot of instruments that change throughout this song, which I thought was pretty cool. And the singing is also very, very good.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jacob.
This is what like when I was listening to this, I was like, oh, this is probably one that Andrew would probably like because it goes back more to their Freezum album. I think this would probably be a good setup, is like keep the title tracks more like EDM based and like still have some of those
some of this stuff.
Yeah, this stuff like in the album tracks for people who still like it, you know. Because I think like
give Andrew
a full
song
album,
every album, just throw him a bone.
Well, like instead of like a ballad or something, like have something like this or whatever, you know, like at least a couple of them, you know, maybe on a full album, it'd be more cohesive, I guess, you know.
This is my favorite
as far
song.
As album order.
This is my favorite song of the entire album, and it's not even close. Like, this
I
is
knew
so
it would
well
be.
done. It's so well done. It's basically like CLC's version of Touched by Miss A. It's so good.
Yep.
Like, I feel like I kind of wish that this would have gotten a single as opposed to like To the Sky. I'll get into that later, but I feel like it works.
I'm getting into that later.
I feel like because I feel like there's a lot of vocal talent on CLC that sort of gets hidden by the fact that it's gonna go this song or their EDMs kind of stuff, just where the beat is like kind of like the main focus, less the vocals. Whereas this, it feels like the vocals are really carrying the song, and it's just so well done. Like, I spammed this song so much this entire week. It's so well done. I love it.
Moving on to, speaking of which, To the Sky, which I think I might have to fight Andrew on. We'll get there. But so this is just insanely synthy pop.
Super catchy.
Just
too.
like super catchy. And the choreo is like super fun and energetic, and I just love this so much. It feels like, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or heard it, but there's a song by Kara called "We Were With You," and it was some soccer event promo song. I don't know if it was a World Cup, but it was some big soccer event promo, and it's just like, it feels like an Olympic song, and that's like
Maybe
this feels
that's why
just
I
like
hate
a
this
really
song.
hype, get someone like an anthem, poppy synthy anthem song, and I love it so much. I just enjoyed the song so much.
Maybe that's why I hate it so much, because this feels like the generic song that you make for insert sporting event here.
It does.
Yeah,
I love it.
And I feel like there's no creativity in those songs.
Give me more
whatsoever.
girl groups doing songs like that.
Because
it doesn't happen enough.
It's
It
so
doesn't happen
generic.
enough.
It's so generic, like obnoxiously generic. And how I rate my songs is on one.
Did you watch the choreo though?
Yeah, I watched the choreography.
Because the choreo makes it better.
It did not make it better.
I think it does. I don't know. To me, it does.
I mean, how I rate my songs is like 1 if I like 8.5 if I think it's okay, 0 if I really hate it. This is the one rare time where I gave something a 0. Like, it's that egregious, where it feels like it feels so phoned in. Like, especially for like, I'm just like, I don't know why the song exists. It just, especially as a title or like a single or a pre-release, I'm just like, of all the songs to like give a pre-release track to, like, why this? I don't know. It just feels so out of character, especially for what CLC is sort of known for.
I think for me, I really like this song because it reminds me of a lot of what we used to get quite a few years ago. Like again, it's all like a lot of stuff. You can get me in with the K-pop nostalgia. Like I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, I actually really like this song a lot. It's catchy. It's got a pretty good EDM. Like it's alright.
So yeah.
On to the next song.
It's so good.
The fifth song.
Yep. Final song.
The fifth song.
The fifth song. Seventh. Which is very confusing. So this is just like a lounge ballad with like vocally showcase song.
So I love
like really
how like
lounge.
right off the bat it sounds like a Wii menu music, which I actually really like
exactly.
about it.
That's
a
it's
whole,
like
like,
lounging.
Yeah, like elevator music is a whole genre
Yep,
sort
exactly.
of thing. Like I love it.
Yeah,
That's why.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I like the song.
Yeah, like I like these. Again, I like these softer songs where CLC gets to showcase more vocal talent. And
Yeah.
I don't mind like the rap break even. Like it's kind of out of
Yeah.
nowhere, but it works very well. Like again, there's just I just hate that these songs just keep getting buried because like nobody's gonna listen to it because they don't care about the albums for the most part. So yeah, there's just like a lot of a lot of stuff here that CLC is offering, but not too many people are gonna get exposed to, which is why I'm so frustrated.
Yeah, I think really where they need to sit is somewhere in between. Like, and I think they're starting to get there, but yeah, I think they need to sit somewhere in between where they can sort of play on both of those strengths. Like rely less on the beats and more on the vocals, but still keep like that like heavy like electronic influence, because that's what 4 Minute used to do back in the day, and that's really what I'm looking for. Is again like nobody does it anymore. And it really makes me angry. Like,
not to draw the parallels too much, but I feel like CLC needs a volume up. Well, I mean, granted, Hobgoblin might be their volume up, but I don't know. Like, it feels like they, like, maybe in terms of exposure, but I feel like stylistic wise, they're still looking for that.
Well, they're still preying off of like hate or crazy, like that sort of vibe, rather than like I, me, mine, or volume up or something like that.
It's interesting, but I was actually looking, and Pepe has 9.1 million views.
Well, yeah, because that was their debut. They're like, oh, new group from Cube. Let's see who they are.
So like,
and then the rest of them did not.
Yeah, and then it just fell off a cliff until Hobgoblin happened.
Yeah.
Because well, I mean, it didn't fall off a cliff. I don't want to say that, because No Oh No and Like both have 4 million. So like it declined a lot, but it's not bad. It's High Heels that failed. High Heels only has 1.4 million views.
It's because they're stuck middling.
They keep changing what they're doing. Like, but yeah, so Black Dress is already at 3.3 million in 2 weeks. So that's trending to do pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, even their I Like It performance video from the last what was that from? That was from...
The album was called
Free SM. Yeah, it was for Free SM. I wasn't sure if it was. That performance video has 5 million views.
Which had more views than
Where Are You?
Yeah,
Where Are You has 890,000.
Stupid kids.
It doesn't even hit a million.
They don't appreciate the vapor waves, you stupid kids. It's amazing.
Okay, overall, I exactly like Uju Sonyo. I gave it a 5 out of 6 for music, a 2 out of 3 for concept, and a 1 out of 1 for bias. So an 8 out of 10, solid 8 out of 10 for me.
7 out of 10 for me. Just 4 out of 6 for music, because it's literally everything, but I like every song that didn't get a music video.
That's funny.
Like, literally, like,
you didn't like Black Dress, and you didn't like To The Sky. You liked the other 3.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 for concept, because I guess it was alright, and I still give them a biased point because I still like CLC. I still like them, and I still like their music. You want them
to succeed.
Yeah, I want them to succeed. I'm not trying to like cope for anyone's failure as much as I hate, or as much as I'm frustrated with Cube, because I want them to do better. So 7 out of 10.
So for me, I gave it a 5 out of 6 for music, and then also like Nate, 2 out of 3 for concept and 101. So I gave it also an 8. I really, really like this. Is the title track is what I was looking for from them. I just want them to now from here sort of try to find some place in between their two like past concepts, I guess, and more towards the electronic side, but less reliant on the like sort of like EDM drops, I guess. Yeah, I liked all the tracks. They're really good. That was basically my only criticism. Also, the music video, they looked really good. I really liked the colors and the sort of like post-processing and stuff like that they did on it. But it was at the end of the day kind of just like an SM box.
Yeah,
video,
exactly. So I when I said I thought the music video was kind of like boring and generic, I did like all the colors and stuff that they used.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it was mostly just a boxed room, and like I love that from SM, but like when another group does it, it just feels generic and boring.
I guess.
Just
SM puts a style to I don't
know.
That
visually wise, I thought this
don't.
was sort of more in line with, I don't know, Bad Boy, in that like that's why I didn't mind it so much, because it did feel interesting in terms of the set pieces. But
yeah, no, I really like the clothing and the colors and stuff like that. I thought
they didn't wear a black
really
dress.
Good.
I literally
I did notice that. As well.
I wanna read the lyrics and see if they're
also
like,
the part where
Yeon
cuts her hair. I was like, I like that.
No.
Keep it short.
There's one weird. I didn't mention it, but there's a part where Seungyeon has like a dance break, and it's really dumb looking.
It's what?
It's really dumb. Like, you know what I'm talking about though, where they're all in the line behind her, and she walks from one end of the line to the other, but she just does all these weird looking dance moves to walk from one end to the other, she's constipated.
Jesus Christ, constipated.
She does. So it's just so weird looking.
Okay,
that always bothers me. But yeah. So overall 8 out of 10. Just like WJSN.
Yep.
And we are moving on to topic 4, J-Hope's Hope World mixtape, or as the kids are calling it, the Hicks tape, which is weird.
John, did you see? I showed you that, right? Where John Cena has a.
John Cena Instagram posted about it. Yeah,
John Cena, because he's Army. Not even joking. Apparently he's Army. So
that's so weird.
It is.
Well, hey, no, John Cena's a low key like nerd or whatever. Like he talks about like how his favorite anime is like freaking Fist of the North Star or whatever. So
it's so funny.
The first track is Hope World. So this is like really funky instrumentals.
Yep.
I don't actually like the chorus that much, but I like the rest of the song. I don't know why, but I guess just the way he sings the chorus.
I see exactly what you mean. I think the rap's
it.
really good, but the chorus sort of like falls flat, I guess.
Yeah,
and the instrumentals are also really good.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I felt about the song.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I still liked it. I feel like it was a good intro track for the mixtape. It's like sort of sets the stage for, I guess, how it is musically. And I feel like this should have gotten an MV instead of Airplane, which ended up getting the second MV of this, because I feel like it serves a good being the title of the actual mixtape in Hope World. I feel like it should have sort of gotten the recognition it deserves.
Yeah.
Yep. It was a weird decision why this didn't get a music video, because I felt like it would have worked better. I thought this was good. The one thing I do, I like J-Hope's flow in a lot of these songs. It works surprisingly, or it works very well, because I mean, like, obviously having listened to BTS, I do have a taste for it, but it works well even in this sort of solo situation. And obviously being a mixtape, he put a lot of the effort into the production and the writing of a lot of it. So yeah, it definitely shows on here.
Yep.
Next is POP, Piece of Peace Part 1. It's Tropical House, so that means I like it. But J-Hope needs pronunciation lessons. Please, someone buy him pronunciation lessons.
Oh no,
poor J-Hope.
Because if you listen to the song, because it sucks, because it's such like a honest message or whatever, like a piece of peace. But with his pronunciation, it sounds like piss of piss.
It does. It sounds like he's saying piss of piss.
I feel so bad.
I do. I know.
Because
like you said, the message is good. It's Tropical House, so I like the song. But someone needed to give him some pronunciation lessons before singing this song.
Piss of piss.
Like, no, J-Hope, why?
So
I like the song. Like I said, it's Tropical House.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. The chorus is pretty good. Like, I mean, regardless of the pronunciation, like, I think the effects he used on his voice are pretty cool. But yeah, I thought it was a solid song. It's nothing that was stood out like too much, but I think it was a good, still a good song. So yeah.
Andrew.
I mean, yeah, I think I covered everything with what I wanted to say.
But
but
literally all you wanted to talk about was his pronunciation.
I know, like it's a good song, but yeah, the pronunciation does like kind of hold it back a bit. But other than that, it is still a good song.
Okay, moving on to Daydream, which is the single, the main title. It's not the title track, but it's the main single. I really like how chill this song is, like, even into the chorus. Like, you'd think the chorus would drop or something and it would get, like, more hype, but this whole song is just really chill, and the music video is just, like, really colorful and stylized. I really like this as the single.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me a lot of, like, Punchinello song, mostly. So yeah, I like that a lot because I like Punchinello. It reminds me of Corona.
Yeah.
So
I feel you on that. Like, the inspiration I got personally was, at least with his flow, it seems like he takes a lot of it, or the sound he's trying to go for is a lot like Zico, his solo music. Like, yeah, same sort of influence with the type of music. But I think the part I love the most is that there's such a perfect transition between, like, his rapping in, like, the verses into the singing into the chorus. It's just so well done. And by the same token, the instrumentals do, like, a really nice transition from the verse to the chorus as well, where, like, during the verses it's like this really, like, house, like, chill house beat, and then the verses transition into, like, a more, like, 90s, like, hip-hop sort of beat. It works so well. I love this song, like, easily the most out of all the songs.
This is my favorite song.
On this. And also, like, the bridge is so nasty too. Like, again with, like, his all the marks good, like, to his flow and his rapping. So there's the one part, again, with pronunciation. I think there's one part he's trying to say, like, every day, but it keeps sounding like he's like every day, but it keeps sounding like he says Earth Day or something like that. So that kind of threw me off. It's like, I don't know. I need to double check the lyrics if he's actually saying every day or whatever. But it just kept sounding like he said Earth Day. And it's just like, oh, he's Earth Day.
Okay, moving on to Baseline. This is too short, and this is what I want out of BTS. Give me more dark and wild, hype as hell, hip-hop stuff. And stop doing this boring American pop BS, and go back to old BTS. That was amazing. Please.
You want us to get doxxed? You want us to get doxxed, Nate, if you keep saying...
What? I'm saying I love BTS. I want more dark and wild, crazy hype, awesome hip-hop stuff. Stop giving me just, like, boring EDM.
Give us Hip Hop File Part 2.
Or give us Cypher 5.
I mean, this is basically J-Hope doing a BTS cypher. Like,
I know. That's why I'm saying I want more of this for BTS.
I know it's short, but I feel like it's good, and it doesn't overstay its welcome, unlike something else that comes after this.
Yep, that's exactly how I felt. Anything else to say? Jacob?
No, it's pretty good. Like I had the same thought as it's just like his parts in the BTS cipher, which I actually like a lot. So yeah.
And then moving on to Hansong, which is funny because they're very similar, but this is just way too trap for my taste.
Yep,
I was just like this is not great.
It like. Again, don't get me wrong. I love. I'm a trap like fan.
Yeah, you like trap. Jacob and I don't like trap, so we didn't like it. But the thing is that, like, I don't like it from J-Hope. But you didn't like it.
What I mean by that is that when they do these songs, J-Hope sort of goes into, like, I don't know if it's a habit or I don't know if it's, like, sort of a vocal style he's going after, but he goes into, like, the whiny, annoying voice. J-Hope.
Yep.
Which, even with BTS songs, it's kind of grating on the ears, and that's why I guess that's. Especially it's like Hangsang with my dog. It gets really annoying after, like, the 100th time you hear it.
I was gonna say, this one's really repetitive too.
Yeah, no, like the song is 3 minutes and 49 seconds long. That's very long for a trap song where all you're talking about is, like, I have girls and I have my friend named Supreme Boy, who's like that's probably the most fuckboy name I've stage
Supreme
name.
Boy. B.O.I. too.
B.O.I.
Supreme Boy. Like, literally, that's the most fuckboy, like, try-hard, like, stage name I've ever heard. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't like this from BTS or J-Hope or whatever, because, like, it feels too try-hard. Like, it really feels too try-hard. Like, even in the lyrics, they're just like, I get fucked up and all that stuff. It's just like, I'm sorry.
It doesn't fit them at all.
It doesn't fit their image, and like I know they're trying to like being like hard and like they're like, oh, I'm like gangster and all that sort of thing. I'm just like, I'm sorry, you guys are like. You guys are like nice, like you guys are like friendly Korean.
You're
boys.
nice, friendly Korean boys. Stop trying to say you got bitches
on the
and
dark side.
money and you're a gangster. But I mean, like, and that's the thing is like they can do hard hip hop well, but this style is just not for them. And I'd
argue that style is not for anyone.
That's true. Yeah, no, like, I agree with you. Yeah, this style is not for anyone. No one should make music like this.
Yeah, especially for like at least when it comes to Korean music, like this is the kind of music that I'm just like skip. Like when we cover it in releases, it's just like it's too grating on the ears.
Yeah,
like,
I listened to it for like a minute and I was like, nope, this isn't for me at all.
Yeah,
I'm just not even gonna finish this one.
Yep.
Moving on to Airplane,
a cover of the FX
better song. Cover of the FX song, which is one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time.
Best song, like Airplane is the best FX
Airplane
song.
and Fly are so good. Because Fly is like the sequel, or did Fly come first or second? I never remember which one came first.
I forget.
For FX,
I think was that on Red Light?
I don't remember.
Red Light came before Pink Tape, right?
No, Red Light came after.
Oh, okay.
I think Fly is after.
Okay, so then Fly is after.
But yeah, both of those are great. Side note. But yeah, this is Airplane. I like the synths a lot in this song. And also in the music video, like you said, I agree with you. The music video was like pretty basic and like not that amazing.
They don't show an airplane.
No, they do once. One flies over his head.
But like literally, it's just
There's
like
also one on the cover of the
of the
album.
But there's he's not in an airplane.
He's not in one. He's on an airplane.
Yeah, like
he gets one fly over.
He's just like doing a Slav squat next to a car. He's not.
But I did like in the music video that there is a point where he's in that room from the Daydream music video with like the big wall, like it's a big room with a big screen behind him that like wraps around the walls. Like I like that they included that in both music videos, so it kind of linked them together a little bit. But yeah, I like the song. I really like all the synths and stuff.
Now this was still too try hard for me, and again, I say that as a huge fan of trap music, but I don't know. There's just
this trap though?
Yeah, it's trap. It's trap. Like the
I
beat
still
is
like
trap.
this one a lot more than Hong Song. Like I think this is a lot less obnoxious.
That's not saying much for me though, because they're both egregiously obnoxious. It's just like this one's just slightly less obnoxious.
Yeah, this one's
tolerable at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't put in my notes like I really like this song. Like I said, literally the notes I had were I love the synths in this song. So I clearly wasn't a huge fan of the rapping still.
I don't know,
but like I definitely think this is, like Jacob said, a lot more tolerable.
Like a smidge, and I don't know. Yeah, the MV just kind of felt uninspired. Like it was just really like it feels too corny. That's probably why a lot of it just comes off as corny when they're just trying so hard. It's like, oh, look at all this money I have. Look at I'm flying around in like a G5 airplane or whatever. It just feels way too try hard.
Jacob, anything else?
No, it's a lot more tolerable than Hong Song. Hong Song was just kind of annoying. Yeah. This one I could see myself listening to at least like once in a while.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It just wasn't my favorite on the album, I guess.
Yep. And then finally we have Blue Side, which is the outro.
Which I actually think is really good. I like
it's just a really chill outro. Yeah, it's like a really chill, good outro to the album.
Yeah, the bass line on this was dope. Yeah, that's like half the reason I like the song. But it's a great outro piece.
Yep.
And we're at the end. So ratings for the third time today. I give a 5 out of 6 for music, a 2 out of 3 for concept, and a 1 out of 1 for bias. So solid 8 out of 10. I gave all 3 albums the exact same rating, and I stand by it. Because for me, for songs, I love the first 4. I hated Hong Song. I thought Airplane was okay, and I liked the outro. So that's a 5 out of 6. For 2 out of 3, I really, really like the music video for Daydream. So I gave that a 2 out of 3. And then I like BTS. I like J-Hope. So 1 out of 1.
Andrew, go first. I forgot the order.
Okay. You keep cutting him off.
I gave it a 7, like total, because again, it's just I'm trying not to be too hard because it's a mixtape, so I understand like usually with mixtapes you don't put the same level of like,
the
quality and
production
input.
level isn't.
Still though, I just feel like he needs to stay away from the try hard hip hop sort of stuff because I feel like it really brings
playing on stereotypes.
Well, not just that. It's just
You know?
like it feels lazy, and I feel like the stuff more like Daydream is just so much more in line with like I feel like what he should be going for, especially with
I
solo
agree.
stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, like this is me going easy. Like 7 out of 10. Like is I guess is me trying to be lenient, especially.
What he means by that is he wanted to give it a 6 out of 10, but he's afraid he'll get doxxed.
No, I was trying to think of like I was trying to think of if I could like it was between it's a low 7 basically. We were just like I do like right I do like Hope World and Daydream or whatever, but I feel like other than that like the rest of it was kind of shallow in terms of like I guess quality. So yeah, it was, that's why I only giving it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 8.
7 out of 8 out of 10. No kidding. 7 out of 10.
Yep. So for me, I gave it a 5 out of 6 for music. I liked most of the songs except for Hong Song. But I'd only give it like a 1 out of 3 for concept just because I don't really neither of the music videos really blew me away, and I really don't like the album cover. Like it just seems really cheesy to me.
I never even looked at the album cover, so I didn't.
That matters a lot.
I
to
like
me,
the
'cause
album cover.
It should be a piece of art, I guess. I don't know. It just for me, it seems kind of generic. Like I've seen things like that before.
It just seems kind of acid trippy, I guess, but I like that look.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little like too generic.
I do remember this. There is an airplane, like Jacob said.
Yeah, there is an airplane. But yeah, and then I give a bias point because I do like J-Hope and I like BTS. So yeah, I kept that. So I give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I gave it a 7.
Yeah, you gave it a 7.
So, yep.
It averages
Not
to
because
a 7.
of music. Yeah.
So overall, 7 out of 10. I
Means
somehow
we liked it.
rated it the highest, which is surprising. I didn't think I would.
Well, because I guess because Jacob and I take hip hop very seriously.
Well, no, yeah, but part of me thought you would like the trap, so I thought you would like this album.
No,
since you like trap music.
No, because I like trap music, so it has to be good trap. Like
see, to me, all trap is garbage. So
I
there's
have
no
very
such
high
thing as
standards.
good.
I have
trap
very
is
high
garbage to me
standards
as
for my
well.
garbage.
There's no
I'm
such
sorry.
thing as good trap in my mind.
Like,
so I
this
just
has to
assumed
be-
you'd like all trap.
For me, Epic High is the gold standard of hip hop. It needs to be like in that realm, I guess. For me.
Yep.
I do, as someone that listens to a lot of American hip hop on the side, like I do have like very high standards for it. If you're gonna go for, so if you're gonna sound like it, you better you better be good. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, 7. All 3 albums today get the
Seal of
seal,
approval.
but not the shiny.
No
no
shinies.
shinies today.
No shinies. Yeah. So that was the episode.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Upcoming
Again,
things.
throw us any suggestions if you have any down in the comments. If it's just trivial, we'll just answer in the beginning.
Yeah.
If it's something that deserves a topic, we'll just throw it in the next episode.
Yeah, well, I'll reply to you and
Yeah,
be
because
like, hey, that's a good idea.
the unpopular opinions topic turned out pretty well, I think.
Yeah, definitely. If it's worthy of a topic, we'll do it. If it's something short that we can answer in the opening, we'll do that.
Yep.
So is Astro still gonna happen?
When I'm not dying,
You're
I
still
swear.
sick, so
I actually have to go to the doctor tomorrow because I'm still like pretty sick. So when I'm not dying, I will get around to it. I promise. Because I have to. Because
let's say we promised we're not gonna promise stuff for forever and then not do it.
And no, I have to get around to it because Zion T is this Friday.
Yeah, you got more stuff coming up.
Yeah, by by the time this topic comes out, like I will be seeing Zion T, so I need to be healthy by then. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
wish me luck.
I promise next week will be IOI unboxing week. I have Dream Your Dream in, so I just gotta get those filmed.
All
and then,
3 versions.
I'm gonna need. I have all 3 versions of both that and of Lucky. Jacob, I might need a little bit of help editing. I don't know how busy you are with school.
Well,
editing unboxings is usually probably pretty quick, right?
So
since
this
they're so
week,
short.
this week I have school, but next week I have break, so I actually can.
You're on spring break already?
Next week.
Next week.
What?
So like over the weekend, you could help.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool. Because I want to get it out the week after this episode comes out. So it would be the week you're on break. I wanted them to start coming out. But I guess really we would only need one edited by Monday. Like you could edit and I'm gonna help edit because I want to learn.
Yep.
But I'm gonna need help because it's 4 unboxings and I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll get IOI unboxings out the week after this episode goes up. Andrew will try to get Astor out whenever he doesn't feel like he's dying.
Yep.
And that's it.
Thank you, and goodbye.
I know.
Stay healthy.
Throbbingly healthy.
God.
And this just shows all of her talents all at once.
She's
and
actually
it's amazing.
rapping again.
She raps.
Yes.
Well, yeah, she always raps in her non OST songs. Like all of her stuff that she's done for MFBTY, she raps. Like that's what she does. But she also